My name's John, I'm a classic car technician at Bridge Classic Cars. I tend to look after all the competition cars, customer work that comes in, and here we have a lovely XK140 that we had in. See, I've got both the carbs apart at the moment, pistons out, and I'm just putting them to a basic setting. Experience teaches you that they're all roughly about 2.5 turns down on the jet depth. I like to mic mine up, as you can see here. 2.5 turns on one of these carbs is roughly 1mm. So I'll basically set the jet depths at about 1mm on each carburettor as a basic setting, and take it outside, run it up once I've assembled it all, and then do some fine tuning from there. You may want a little bit more fuel maybe in the summer, when the air is a bit thinner, colder, denser, more fuel. No, not particularly. Some older cars used to change the jets from winter to summer, I know that. My dad used to do that in his old car when I was a kid. A lot of air filters have a winter or a summer flap setting on them so that you can restrict the airflow. Normally something like this is okay once you've warmed it up, because obviously that'll be manual choke, or it'll be controlled by the temperature controller on a hold start or excess fuel device, whatever you want to call it. You can see me just checking the pistons nice and free there once I've cleaned it all up and set it. And we put the spring and the suction chamber back on. Put the screws back in. And again, just check that the piston lifts and falls freely. And repeat for the next carburettor. Bang your head on the bonnet quite a few times, even for a short bloke like me. But that's it's an occupational hazard. These are jet adjustable from underneath. You have a little nut cap that you take off, and then there's a screw inside that you can adjust the jet depth up and down. I mean, the first thing I would normally do is balance the carbs, as in I would make sure that the throttles are open at exactly the same time, or you're going to get a very rough run, an uneven amount of fuel going in the back 3 cylinders or the front 3 cylinders, depending. Basically, yeah, it's trying to accelerate, but the other carb's not matching it, so it's not accelerating at the same rate, if that makes sense, and that will run wrong. The engine itself is the same. They do use different carbs on different models, obviously. Might be 1 carb, might be 2 carb, might be 3 carb. Quite a satisfying job, actually. I quite enjoy doing carbs. A little bit of faff and fettle, and experience is a massive thing, actually, I will say, with carburettors and tuning them. You can just do it by ear, you know, you can do it by ear with a bit of tube and listen to the hiss when they're running and try and bounce them that way. There you go, refit the coil bracket. My tools together. Another set of carbs put back together. Next step will be to run it up and balance them, set them properly, take it for a road test and make sure it's all good. We have got an exhaust extractor here, but when the weather's fine, there's no point. You take it outside and do it outside. Always satisfying when you put carbs back together and that starts up first time. Normally they're a little on the lean side when I've set them basic like this, which is fine. But whatever you do, make sure you warm it up first, because there's no point altering anything if I'm still running on the cold start. Or she's not running up to temperature. Let me kick back out and have a fettle. Extra fans cut in. Leaks. Good. You can make a one little alteration and that can be not catastrophic, but that can alter things quite dramatically. Another good test as well is it stand at the back, put your hand in front of the exhaust and you can feel that if there's any popping and banging and now the proof is in the pudding. I'll often take my screwdriver or whatever with me when I go up the road so that I can stop and do some alterations mid-route. Yeah, beautiful whole thing. It drove really sweet, it was really nice. I was very happy once I'd finished fettling with the carbs and that did pull lovely. That did pull lovely. Pick the idle speed up. Happy days. Oh, finer weather. Oh, how I wish. That's really good, that synthetic fuel, I would say. I've found I've had to make no alterations, I've had no adverse reports, effects. We've put it in various things, we've driven them, and I've not noticed any difference at all. So, and in something like this, it'd be great because it can just sit there. The amount of cars we get in and we have to drain because they've been sitting for months and months and months and the fuel's gone off. Yes, this stuff's expensive, but so is petrol when you have to keep chucking it away.